Today we're going to be talking about row level security in Power BI, but we're not going to be talking about how to set it up. Instead, we're going to be talking about something that I don't think is talked about quite enough, and that's how to let your users know that RLS is active. What do I mean? Well, let me set a scenario for you. So let's say you work in finance and you built a profit and loss Power BI report. And you publish that report out to multiple users. You publish them out to one user that's in marketing, and you publish that report out to one user that's in communications, and you publish that report out to one person that's in sales. And in that report, you've implemented RLS. So sales can only see the cost centers or the accounts that are relevant to sales. Marketing can only see marketing's accounts or cost centers, and communication can only see theirs, so on and so forth. Now, that's all great, but then what ends up happening is one of your sales users pulls up your report next to one of your marketing users, and they start to compare numbers. And frankly, they get confused. The sales department's revenue is positive, and the communications department's revenue is negative. And they don't understand why. They're looking at the same report, but they're both seeing two different numbers. You see, in this scenario, the average end user just doesn't understand row level security. Well, it's obvious to you and I who work with Power BI all day long, right? They don't know that they're seeing different numbers until they actually see the reports side by side. So what's the solution to that? Well, yes, obviously, stakeholder education. But you need to account for the fact that you're just not going to be able to have the time to explain this to everyone. So, what's the solution? Well, you do what I'm about to show you now, which is show your end users that RLS is active and give them a warning they might not be seeing the whole picture. So, let's jump into Power BI and let me show you what I'm talking about. So, here I am in a random dashboard that I had built, and there's some data in here, and let's go ahead and let's define a few roles. So, I'm going to create 3 new roles. I'm going to create my role that can see everything. So that'll be my see everything role. Okay. I'm going to create my role number 1, right? And I'm going to create my role number 2. Okay. Now, in this scenario, the see everything person, when they're assigned to this role, is going to be able to see all the data. The person that's assigned to role number 2, right, is only going to be able to see a subset of data, and that subset is going to be different than the people that are assigned to role number 1. So let's pretend that role number 1 is applying filters here, role number 2 is applying filters, and then see everything is not applying any filter at all. Now, your end users don't know which role they're in. So what we need to do is we need to create a warning that will become visible whenever RLS is applying a filter, and let the end user know which role they're a part of. And then we can provide some documentation saying, hey, here's what role number 1 can see. So how do we do that? Well, let's take a look. So I'm going to save these roles, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. Okay, first things first, I'm going to enter in some data. So I'm going to click enter data, and I'm going to name this table called RLS role selection. Okay, and then I'm going to go up here. I'm going to title this role, and I'm going to create 3 rows, 1 for each of our rows. So 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click load. Okay, now I'm going to go back into our modeling section. Watch, this is loaded. So I'm going to go modeling, and then I'm going to go manage roles. On see everything, I'm going to now apply a filter here, where say if role equals 1, right? Then I'm going to go to role 1. I'm going to apply a filter right here and go if role equals 2, right? And then I'm going to go right here and I'm going to apply a filter right here and go if role equals 3. So one for each of our rows. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit save and then close. All right, here we are. So let's insert a new table and take a look at what we just did. So here I am in this table, and I'm going to bring over role from RLS, And we're going to go ahead and save that. Now, RLS isn't active right here, so we can see all of our values. But if I go up here and I click View As, and then click View As See Everything, I see the number 1, right? And then if I go View As, I click Roll 1, right? I see the number 2. And then finally, right, for Roll 2, I see the number 3. And that's because RLS is activating on this table, but this table isn't connected to any of the other tables in our model. It's just a free floating table. So it doesn't actually filter any data other than the data in the table itself. But what that allows us to do is to then create a measure similar to this one, where we go roll applied, create a variable with roll. That's essentially taking the min of roll selection, and then set up a switch. So where if it's 1, we want to return just kind of a space, right? We don't want to return blank. And I'll show you why in a second. If it's roll 2, right, we want to say roll 1 is active. And if roll 3, we want to say roll 2 is active. And these messages could be anything you want, right? Then what we can go ahead and do is we can insert in a text box. And I was playing with this earlier just before recording this piece. So we can insert in a text box, click the value button, and then in our value, type roll to applied because that's our measure name, right? And hit enter here. And this piece is always a little finicky. So you gotta kind of get it to go. Come on. Oh, and there we go. It's calculating it. And it's calculating it. We could go roll applied value, and let's go right here. And there we go, roll applied. And we can hit save, right? And now we've got a text box with no message in it, right? Because it's taking the min of 1, 2, 3, and that's showing nothing, right? But when we go into modeling and view as, and we view it as roll 1, right? We can now get the message, roll 1 is active, popping into this text box, right? And then if we go and we go view as, and we go roll 2, it now, I don't think that quite worked. So let's uncheck roll 1, go roll 2. We now get roll 2 is active, right? And then if we go view as and we uncheck this and we go see everything, it now has no blank value popping up. And just like that, you now have an easy trick to let your end users know that RLS is active. And you could provide documentation on what each role is and what filters it's applying on a different screen. So now when an end user is being affected by RLS, they'll see a pop-up or text all of a sudden appear saying, hey, role 1 is active. They'll be like, huh, what's role 1? They'll go to the documentation and they'll say, here's the filter applied. Now I know why when I look at the report, it looks different versus when sales looks at the report. So I hope this video was helpful. If you're interested in learning more about Power BI or SQL, shout out. I'm currently making a Learn SQL for Free video series, as well as just videos like this around Power BI stuff that I think is kind of cool. Please consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video.